Hello everyone, this is Storm11 here. Today we'll be looking at winter outlook for 2018 through 2019 of this upcoming winter. Now before I start this video, I will highly recommend to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the red box that says subscribe. Wherever you hit it, there's a bell icon on the right side. Hit that bell so you never miss upload. Also leave a like on the video if you want to see more of these, and leave a comment what you think about this video. So, we're going to go ahead and get started a little bit differently. We're going to be starting off with my forecast first, then we'll be looking at the models, because what I'm starting to see here is for other YouTubers that they just don't want to see the model runs, they just want to see the forecast. So, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to see my forecast. So we're going to go ahead and start off with temperatures. Now, we'll go ahead and get started. So, I've been doing quite a bit of changes because it's not been too long ago since my last winter forecast, because everything exploded on my notifications from other YouTubers out there, been doing some research on other things, and apparently, a lot of people is really going for the east for a pretty cold winter, and that's kind of what I have going on here. So if you want to know why, you have to stay tuned towards whenever I get to the monos, and I'll also be going for the Enzo as well. So let's go ahead and start off with the yellow. I downgraded the orange, so it's most likely slightly above average temperatures. California, well, at least for Southern California, you may get lucky this winter, and you'll see that in a minute. Equal chances for the Southern Rockies, then out here in the east. So we'll start with the excuse me, the blue here. So this blue here, or the light blue, is slightly below average. That's that color. It's more of a teal, but I'll just say it's blue. The darker blue right here is below average. It's kind of what it's in this line in between here. Like out here, way out here, it's equal chances, but right in between these two lines here is slightly below average. Right between these lines is, actually, never mind. I actually said that wrong. Slightly below average here, below average around here, and then inside this purple, it's actually way below average. What that means here is they might get to see, at times, this is on average, you may get temperatures 10 degrees below average from this. That's way below average or more than that. So let's go ahead and go to the precipitation. I've done some changes on there as well. So the brown, the below average, is still there up in Washington State. Oregon, you're kind of off of it. So there's some good news, but you'll still be slightly below average, starting from like Nebraska, the Dakotas, from Montana, northern Idaho, into Oregon, while equal chances, it's kind of more of a wiggle here. Equal chances around the Great Lakes region for the most part, and also equal chances for the Central Rockies. While we do have the good news for California is that you can either get normal or slightly above average precipitation. There's the good news there. I'm not 100% sure for New Mexico to be included here yet. It's kind of been a little bit strange so far. I just don't exactly know if I went to edit there yet or not. So, you already know what the green is and what's in between. So, here's one of the new colors I've been talking about on the last video, that I was going to add in new colors to my forecast, and this is one of them. The light blue is way above average precipitation, while the darker green is above average. If You want to know why? You have to stay tuned to look for the models and all that good stuff. Now time for the snowfall. This here also has a new color as well. Now, we'll start off with the most certainly the below average area. So the light brown here is slightly below average, while the brown up there is just below average. It's not too bad. While there's equal chances for a good chunk of the Rockies area, while I have really extended this slightly above average snowfall way out in the west into the plains area. Similar situation for actually the blue there above average has actually been spread out very, very far down to the south and around the Great Lakes region. Now, around the Great Lakes region, it's a little bit more confusing. Around here, it's like the backside here, you'll get slightly below average. Lake effect snow running around Michigan, you'll get above average lake effect snow. And right around here, you'll get a way above average lake effect snow. And that includes from Kentucky, Tennessee valleys, all the way up to Pennsylvania and New York State. Now, for around the Florida area, I kind of just added that in. There is a very small chance to see snow in southern Florida, but I'm going to put there as slightly above average snowfall. You almost certainly probably would not get none, but northern Florida, you may get a chance again this winter to see some accumulation of snowfall, which is bad news there. So the new color was this dark purple. Dark blue. Apparently this counts as the roof in the pen here. Yeah, indigo. To be a better. Alrighty, so I'm done with my forecast. I'll probably get back to it towards the end of the video to talk about a few things. So if y'all don't want to see the model runs, click off the video right now because I'm about to enter some of the model stuff. So, we're going to start with the ENSO. Now, the ENSO here is from the Climate Prediction Center, NSEP. So, if we go down here, now they have raised the percent chance of the El Nino development this winter up to 70 to 75%. So that's by 5%. So it isn't too much, though. They still have the El Nino watch issued there. And if we go down here, this is what the waters are right now, or back on Monday. So it's not exactly right now. It's that's a couple days ago. The warmest area, which is Nino 4, which is right around here, it's actually 0.9 degrees Celsius, so it's on the edge of being more of an El Nino type of area. So Nino 3.4, however, is way over here, and that's 0.6 Celsius, but the problem is with both of them here, they're actually trending down, especially for Nino 1+2, which is a very small area just off the coast of South America, and it's been below average for most part, but has warmed up quite a bit in early October. Because those trade winds may be trying to kick back in again. Now here we go. This is the subsurface temperatures in the Equator Pacific. So, I think this is the whole Nino region. I think it could be. So, up there is August 21st. Still, it's pretty warm. Then it died down September. September 20th here. That's September 5th. September 20th started warm back up. Warm back up in October 5th. Now, here it is on October 10th. Very, very warm waters under the surface of the sea surface of the water. Now, wherever this goes up, all this warm water is going up, but what's happening up there on the surface is that we did have some trade winds up there, and whenever the trade winds go, it keeps the waters cool. Now, the trade winds have been calming down quite a bit. Wherever this happens, if this reaches up to the surface, you may get a moderate to strong El Nino possible, because that's around 4 degrees Celsius. So that's more certainly a strong El Nino there, and that's something we don't really want to see for snow lovers out there like me. Now, this is the wind anomalies during the last 30 days. Seems like it's kind of trying to gain back some, as you can see here. But it's on the low end side. So there isn't too much to worry about with the trade winds for right now. I'm sorry guys, we have a lot of stuff around here on this slideshow that they got here. Okay, here's the graph here. So like I said, 70 to 75% chance. And this is pretty much right now is October, November, December. Well, or right over here. So right now it's just above the 50% line, and then it really jumps up on October, November, December, which that's about when we're about to enter. It's at 70, then starts to peak at near 75 when winter begins. So that's the pure winter right there. It kind of goes down slightly, then that goes down. The neutral phase may try to make a comeback. Now, La Nina, which La Nina chances are possible around there. Now, here's all the models here. Now, for the most part, on average, most of them want to keep it under 1 degree Celsius. That's more of a typical weak El Nino right there. And this is, so most of the majority of the models expected El Nino to develop between September or November. And that's the fall there. Now this is the CFS version 2 forecast for 3.4. Keeping it around 1 degree Celsius or below that. We'll look at the CFS model in just a little bit. And I think that could be it. Yep, that's it for the Enzo. Alrighty, so also what we'll be talking about in this video is the models. So we'll start off the CFS model. One of the worst models out there, it's the climate model, and it's not that great, and I think that's what NOAA kind of follows. It's the CMC model. It has this tendency to keep it warm. Now this is valid for November. There's December. Extremely warm. But look at January though. Major pattern flip, stretching from New Mexico, stretching from Texas, Arkansas, Ohio Valley, up into the northeast, except for northern Maine, unfortunately. Now, if y'all listen to me carefully, now this model here in particular tends to keep it warm. But now it's showing like -2 degrees Celsius. So that's slightly below average temperatures. So there's February, warm tries to come back. There's March, and there's April, and we're not going to go too far into that. Now if we go ahead and back this up, and then let's go to temperature and moisture. Monthly total annual precipitation. So this is November. Kind of agreeable here, except for the northwest. I think they'll be a little bit more average. But above average precipitation down there for November. I have to make me a November outlook soon and a Halloween forecast. Now December, I disagree here for December. It's one to show for the majority of the United States to either be below average or equal chances. There's a couple of states, like in the southeast, that wants to keep its above average precipitation. Now here's January. Wants to keep it very dry for the west, the same thing around the Ohio Valley region, but the El Nino really wants to try to kick in right over here, especially around the Fort area. There's February, dies down, keeps it dry there. I mean, I do disagree with the model run. It don't really show. It's more of a confused, like, El Nino kind of thing. So that's where you don't really see much of anything. Okay. Is there any water temperatures that the CFS wants to show? Let's look at the regions. We'll go to the world here. Do we have anything? Yeah, here we go. Alrighty. So the sea surface temperatures for the CFS ball. Wants to keep it a little bit warm over here. And if we go ahead and bring it to December, however, wants to keep it a little bit more warm. It's more certainly around 2 degrees Celsius, so it's more of a moderate El Nino. Kind of cools down during winter. So the CFS ball has really bring it down, which I do agree this more. Now, if you want to know what an El Nino means, well, I'm going to show you that. If I can find it. Well, hold on. This is more an El Nino would look like. Most certainly. Apparently I don't have a picture up. I don't know why. But if we actually do continue here, actually, it's warm over here. It's also warm over here. Apparently. But there's a little bit of a cool pocket there. So the CFS is not that great with forecasting. Alright, now let's get to the good model. It's better than this. And that's the Jamstack model. If we go ahead and zoom this more in, so you guys can see better. Now this is winter. I think this thing is taking a little bit, pretty far off with the temperatures. This just want to bring a moderate to strong El Nino, which is at least 2 degrees Celsius there. It's off the chart. But it's not too much of an El Nino. It's close to a Modoki type kind of El Nino. And what that means is, if we look at the El Nino Modoki, it's more of a central base El Nino. It's more in the center. You got cooler temperatures off the coast of South America and in northern Asia. But what an El Nino really typically means, if we go out, it's more of like a tongue coming off from the coast of South America and along the equator. Now, if we go ahead and go to the precipitation anomaly here. So it wants to keep most of the United States pretty dry. Maybe slightly above average precipitation for California, but it wants to keep the East near or slightly above average precipitation. But around the Florida area and down around the Gulf of Mexico area wants to keep it way above average precipitation, which is not really that great. I kind of don't really agree on it. But if we look at this, I don't agree with this too much, but it does want to keep the South, or, well, parts of the West and the South, East, a little bit cooler than average, while the North actually wants to keep it a little bit more warm. Now, if we actually go back to the sea surface temperatures anomaly, this is the thing that everybody this is hard to predict. Now, if y'all don't know what a PDO is, let me show you. We'll use a black pen. The PDO is kind of around here in this area. If we want of a positive PDO, it has to be warm, but it's not that warm right now. If we do get like a positive PDO, most certainly the ridge would be more certainly like along like this. Actually, it'd be a little bit more different. You get like a major wedge going on here, but what happens is it makes a trough out in the east there. But whenever you get your tracks here, it could potentially make a nor'easter along for these areas around here. Though bringing a lot of snow. The other thing is over here that we actually do have some cooler temperatures right over here. What that does, it also makes a trough out here in the east as well. It makes the west a little bit more warmer. But the PDO right over here, though, it's a little bit more of a confused PDO. So that's one thing that's pretty hard to predict for this winter here. Now, what the Modoki El Nino, what are the effects of the United States? Well, here's your differences here. This is an El Nino here, more of a normal El Nino. Most of the United States could be cooler than average, though. Well, for the precipitation, it wants to be a little bit more dry around the Great Lakes. But with an El Nino Modoki, you know what? I'm actually going to zoom this in for you guys. So, El Nino Modoki, Central and Eastern America will be below average, while the West will be warm. Now, for rainfall, Northwest is supposed to be dry, while the rest of the United States could be average from an El Nino Modoki. Now, if we go, my prediction is for right now is a weak to moderate El Nino. I kind of doubted that El Nino Modoki could happen. I kind of doubted on that. But what a weak to moderate El Nino, then most certainly going to predict for this winter is like this. There's your strong jet stream going on up here, makes a ridge out here, but you also got a little bit of a Pineapple Express here, along here, making it wet or average. But then when these two merge, right off here, it makes more of a nor'easter for the northeast in the mid-Atlantic area. So that's what a weak to moderate El Nino does. Now let's look at the prediction from NOAA. They just released this. It's pretty recent. Now, NOAA don't really do too much of a job on it, but it is something to look at, though. So they're kind of shy on the below average temperatures, but once they get the majority of the United States above average, which I do disagree on that. But for their temperatures, at precipitation, though, it's a little bit more agreeable on their precept. I do agree this more than the temperatures here. It's more like an El Nino will look like here. So basically, if I want to put all of this together here, let me go ahead and do that real quick. And that's let me go ahead and zoom this out. If I want to make be like what's average here, putting everything together, let's go to a map. Alright, we'll go to this map. Just ignore the stuff. It's severe weather that I do whenever there's a good chance for severe weather. It's when I do most of the time. So if we get my pen out, we're just going to get out the black pen. Just erase all of this. Just ignore all that up there. Now I'm going to make me some regions. One region's up here. Another region's going to be right down there. Another region's going to be Most certainly, like around in here. Here, I'm going to number it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. 6, and then 7. So we'll start with region 1, and that's the mostly certainly for the Northwest. You'll get more of a drier, it's more like a desert up there. More of a drier, warmer winter up there. I feel bad for your folks up there. If we look at region 2, it could be wetter than average or normal, but it will still be slightly warmer around there. The 3 region over here will be more of averaged out. Region 4, however, it's going to be some freaking cold blasts, and around the Great Lakes area, the snowmakers really going to be turned on when frequent cold blast comes through. If we look at region 6, it's kind of more of a slightly below average winter for temperatures and slightly above average for precipitation. So you'll probably get some snow there. It's not going to be snowy, but you'll get some snow there. Region 7 is going to be very, very wet, and you'll get a chance to see some severe weather, maybe some tornadoes possible down there. While just in the northern part of 7, we make it a wintry mix right up there. Now, region 5, however, this is probably the areas for the best of the winter. Very cold and very snowy. There, that's the best area I'm predicting for winter, and that's the northeast and around Kentucky or the Virginia and Tennessee Valley is where I'm predicting where you could get the best of the winter. So, yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you guys. Like I said, region number 5 here, if you live in this area, you probably get the biggest time of the winter, very cold and very snowy. You may get some blizzards around that area as well, and a few snowstorms to go around there. Now, most certainly, the low pressure systems kind of falls along this red line here is where I'm kind of predicting at. That the red line's the jet stream, and then the green here is more of the Pineapple Express, and they come together like around here, and they become a bigger system there. So, that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you never want to miss an upload, hit the bell icon when you hit the subscribe button. Also, leave a like if you want to see more of these videos, and leave a comment. What do you think? And if you got any questions, just post in the comment, and I'll try to answer all of y'all's questions. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.